This short video is about type 1 diabetes, which is also sometimes called juvenile diabetes or IDDM, insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus. Even though it is called juvenile diabetes, many adults also get this disease. Even though we have many exciting results, we only claim what is approved by government. About 1995, we licensed a technology called P700 from, at that time, it still is a world leading research institute about diabetes, which is called Julia Macfarlane Diabetes Research Center, which is annexed with University of Calgary in Canada. And particularly, the scientist who developed this technology is actually the person who found for the first time in the world the virus, the Coxsackie virus in particular, triggers autoimmune process that leads to juvenile diabetes. He was nominated for many big prizes at the time, and he had been one of the most famous diabetes researchers, and everybody knew him. His name was Dr. Ji-Won Yoon, and his article, his paper is one of the most cited scientific papers in the medical area. And while we licensed P700, the university declared in writing this technology cures 70% or above the adult diabetes, which is type 2 diabetes. And if somebody uses this technology for 2 years, type 1 diabetes is expected to be cured. That's what they declared in writing at the time. Actually, we could have marketed this product in North America, but we didn't. There were a few reasons. Actually, this is an herbal combination, all natural. So at that time, in North America, there was no market for herbal, premium herbal products, while in Asia it is very well accepted. And we had certain limitations in production capacity because of the scarcity of a few herbal ingredients, but also the Asian market is predominantly adult diabetes. So we really didn't market this product for the juvenile diabetes or type 1 diabetes. We were focusing on Asia with adult diabetes. And there was another reason. While we were taking over this technology from the university, at the lab, Dr. Young-Soo Kim, personally witnessed a very, very promising discovery for type 1 diabetes. And at that time, I was absolutely sure that an easy, very quick, convenient cure for type 1 diabetes is just on the horizon. So my thinking was that because I already saw the emergence of a quick, convenient cure for type 1 diabetes, if we spend so much money to develop herbal products, which takes 2 years to enter the North American market, I think we will be replaced by this new convenient technology. So that's one of the reasons why we didn't market this herbal products for type 1 diabetes in North American market. And for the last 25 years, as of 2022, we have been quite successful in serving Asian adult diabetes market. And we accumulatively we have about 1 million users, and we went public in Canadian stock market, and the going public was successful. There was an healthy rise of stock prices, and another thing which led to my rethinking about entering the North American market is, even though we didn't market this thing as a cure or helper of juvenile diabetes, there were few desperate parents. Even though we didn't market, because they were so desperate, they used our product for their diabetic children who have type 1 diabetes. And they kept on reporting fantastic results. As a result, in Korea, there are a couple of family self-support group who are using our product to help their type 1 diabetic children. And then those group is monitored by endocrinologist, and they are discussing their daily life, their progress, and then the how to use our product. So there are about, it is composed of about 100 family, and then they are very active and they are very close group, and we think that we solved our capacity limitation problem. So we felt we are ready to enter the North American market. So we decided to start helping North American people with type 1 diabetes, because we have accumulation of having been cured of type 1 diabetes, videos, and then the you on YouTube you'll find a few the actual person with a real name, those videos of testimonials of having been cured of type 1 diabetes with our product. It's their claim. We didn't claim. Okay. Also, almost everybody experiences the reduction of required quantity of insulin. So before they used a certain number of units of insulin every day, they could control the blood glucose just by half of the insulin, or just 20% of the insulin they used. Almost everybody. And then also invariably everybody that uses our product for their type 1 diabetes report back that their blood glucose fluctuated less widely, so it becomes stable. Another many response is that their autoimmune process seems to be dormant, seems to went down, because almost everybody reports that their GAD is an indicator of how active your autoimmune processes that destroys the beta cell in pancreas. So that number goes down. Also, almost everybody reports that they feel a lot healthier, and then many complications of type 1 diabetes seem to disappear or improve quite a bit. So we were encouraged by those reports. And another thing is that the approval we got from the Canadian government is quite flexible one. That means we can market this product not only for type 2 diabetes, but type 1 diabetes too. So another thing is that we found out that in North America the people's perception about herbal products have changed a lot for the last 25 years. So I think they are open to premium herbal products around this time. So we decided to start serving North American type 1 diabetes market. There's another reason, probably more serious. This COVID virus, this influenza virus, and Coxsackie virus. The Coxsackie virus is the virus our researcher discovered long time ago, which is the one cause of type 1 diabetes. These three viruses are very similar to each other, and the coronavirus can be grafted into Coxsackie virus, and they can coexist, and they seem to strengthen each other. And because of this pandemic, so many people began to suffer type 1 diabetes. We believe that the similarity or interconnectedness of these three viruses is the reason for a sudden rise of type 1 diabetes cases in North America. And I think we can help. That's one of the reasons why we decided to help North American type 1 diabetes patients. Before we recommend this product to type 1 diabetic patients, I have to make it one thing absolutely clear. This is very, very important. And all employees of Eastwood are required to make sure that the client understands this before people purchase our product. When people take our product, they find out their blood glucose is controlled, even without insulin. Also, they feel great. They feel a lot of stamina, and then their many aspects of their health improve. Their kidney function improve, their vision improve, and many complications reduce or improve. So they think their type 1 diabetes is cured. They think so. And then they stop taking insulin because they think their diabetes is cured, which is very, very dangerous. I demand and I require all our employees not to sell unless the client clearly, perfectly understands this. We are not supposed to decide whether our diabetes is cured or not. Only doctors can decide after many tests. We just cannot say our diabetes is gone because I don't feel this, I feel better. No, this is not enough. There is a test called a C-peptide test that tells you how much of a beta cell is recovered or regenerated. So C-peptide test should tell you that you are already in the normal range. So you should have a healthy beta cell quantity. And another thing is insulin plasma test, which measures insulin resistance. You should have this number down too. So basically, you also need autoimmune test, which includes checking the indicators such as GAD and all other indicators. Unless you all these a few tests tell you that you are normal, you don't have a very active autoimmune process which keeps on destroying the beta cell. Feeling great and extended period of blood glucose control, even without insulin, is a great sign. And you are justified to feel encouraged. But that does not allow you to declare you are cured. And then if you stop insulin like that, and you are actually endangering the life. Very, very dangerous. So unless you completely understand this, please do not buy our product. But having said that, almost everybody benefits. I personally have never met anybody who used our products and for their type 1 diabetes and not happy. Everybody was happy without exception, which is quite understandable, because the insulin resistance goes down, then because the same amount of insulin is used more efficiently with more effect, therefore they need a less amount of insulin to control the blood glucose, so they are happy. Also, when insulin resistance goes down, it means less inflammation. So when there's a less inflammation, this autoimmune process goes down too. So the process that kills one's own beta cell in pancreas, that process goes down. So such numbers like GAD goes down. So everybody's happy. Also, more nutrition is provided to pancreas, so the pancreas begin to take rest, begin to nurture itself, begin to rejuvenate itself. So everybody's happy, and we hear many testimonials about this. There are many testimonials, even video testimonials, and some of them claim, it is their claim, I didn't investigate, they claim that their type 1 diabetes is cured after a few months, even though the university said it takes 2 years. But anyhow, we have many very encouraging testimonials. This is basically what you do. Please keep the insulin injection. Okay, very, very important. And you keep healthy lifestyle. You eat healthy, common sense. Some people say, "Oh, you fast incredibly, and you starve yourself." That's not good. You eat healthy, and take our Super Bentley, 3 to 6 capsules a day. And you have to see doctor on a regular basis. Because you will find that with even less insulin, you start control your blood glucose quite well. Sometimes you will find out that you are actually experiencing too low blood glucose. At that time, the doctor will decide how much you reduce your insulin, and doctor will say, in many cases, you should stop using insulin. That's a very good sign. But the doctors will decide, not you. A special suggestion. This gut health seems to have a critically important connection with type 1 diabetes. This poor gut health seems to trigger this autoimmune process. And I can come up with hundreds of papers that show how this poor gut health leads to autoimmune process. And then, especially for type 1 patients with poor gut health, this gluten and all these grains, all these so-called pseudo grains like quinoa and nightshades such as tomato, pepper, or potato, and legume, the beans, all these healthy things seems to cause problems. When you have healthy gut, this is all healthy. This is all healthy products, healthy food, and you are recommended to eat all this. But when you have poor gut health, all this otherwise healthy food cause problems. So I strongly recommend the patients to use our product called Kalimera and detox and rebuild your gut health first or at the same time. Then this otherwise healthy product causing this autoimmune process seems to be all of a sudden turning out to be healthier again. So I strongly recommend to take care of your gut health prior to or at the same time as taking our Super Bentley. Or the lemon, using lemon in most of the food is one way of protection against all these foods when somebody has a poor gut health. But common sense says that having a good gut health is really, really important. So please take a note of these suggestions of mine. I have to mention this very common misunderstanding. Very common. Many people think erroneously, the not taking insulin is their goal. So because of this misunderstanding, many fraudulent quackeries are taking place. So something like this. You starve yourself. You starve your child. And because people don't eat, obviously their blood glucose go down, and then obviously need for insulin is down too. But does that mean that their diabetes is cured? That's absolute foolishness. And of the 100 family in Korea, many people used to be the former victim of this quackery, and their children were starved, and their growth is stopped. They're very they used to be the very healthy kids, but because of this starvation and of the quackery, which is taking advantage of parents' misunderstanding, that they are starved and they don't grow, and it leads to a permanent damage. The permanent damage in terms of the immature organs, and then immature brains, and then the weak bones, and then these permanent damages. That's a very, very wrong results. And then I really don't believe that these quackeries are doing this thing intentionally. I think they don't know the situation themselves. There's also ignorant. So in Bible it says blind teachers lead blinds, which will face dangers sooner or later. So what should be the goal? The regeneration of beta cell, resensitization of insulin, no autoimmune process. This should be the goal, not using the insulin. as a result of all these three things, regeneration, resensitization, stopping of autoimmune process, as a result, you don't need insulin. That's the goal. So, let me give you an analogy. When there's a fire, we call firefighters. Okay? When there's no fire, we don't call firefighters. So, if not calling firefighter is a goal, how foolish is that when you have a fire? When you have a fire, you have to call firefighters. And when you have IDDM, when you have type 1 diabetes, you have to use insulin. And the not calling firefighters is foolishly regarded as a goal. And then when you have fire, you don't call firefighters, you'll have whole house burned down. And then when you don't use insulin, when you still have the type 1 diabetes, your whole body will be permanently damaged, and then your life is going to be endangered. How foolish is that? So, yes, having to use less insulin is an encouraging indicator, not the goal. Okay, so when your pancreas needs more insulin, and then when you are supplying the body with proper amount of insulin by injection, yes, and the pancreas begin to take rest, and then once it is rested up, they begin to regenerate. Pancreas, because the so much requirement with damaged beta cells, pancreas has been overworking, then they just gave it up. That's another picture of type 1 diabetes. And then when you supply insulin, the pancreas its burden of producing insulin is reduced, so it begins to take rest. Then it begins to regenerate. So please remember this thing. If you keep on using our product, the reduction or stopping of insulin injection happens as a good indicator, and after doctor decide. And I took L-Lutein, I could reduce insulin. I just hate when people are excited like that. I'm thankful. Don't misunderstand me. I'm thankful for their being excited to give me the good news. But I prefer you get benefit fundamentally, not this superficial the improvement indicators. That's not good. This is how you can contact us. By the way, we created on a WhatsApp group called Overcome T1D Families, and then this is the link. The click of which will lead to join that group, and I expect that in North America we have hundreds of families to join the group, and we discuss common questions, common frustrations, common encouragement, and then what is the best results of almost 100 families get together in a Korean chat group is that even though oneself is not yet fully recovered, they're watching this person, that person that I know of. So people around get cured, get improved. They become really encouraged. So also instead of me and then other diabetes experts having to answer individually, if people join there and then we do question and answer, other people watch it, and then this is a great educational opportunity. please join there. And from time to time, we give you discount coupons, free samples. So please join there. And then there are other ways to contact us. Thank you very much.